Welcome back, everybody. Let's have a look at Bitcoin. We're going to look at XRP, and we'll make some videos tonight on other assets, other coins. If you want me to look at something specific, let me know in a comment below. Join my Telegram and join the chat. Otherwise, let's just have a look at these two. So at this very moment in time, it's looking a little bit sorry for itself. We made a video last night, the first video in a while actually, basically saying that yes, the downtrend is confirmed, and now what we're looking to do is to see how far this downtrend is going to take us. Currently, it's holding on quite well to relative strength, meaning that I don't think this is going to drop out of the sky and completely collapse and go back down to all-time lows. But it looks as though it's kind of only just getting started, and the nasty pullback is going to happen any time now. I would say it could happen at it could even happen this very moment that we're speaking. So basically, what we're looking to do is see these breaks outside the Bollinger Band, like we've already saw in this big wick down here. We're looking to see it drop down further, hitting this. I would say this would be the first opportunity for a buyback around an $11,000 flat. Also, the green 50 exponential moving average should offer some decent support for Bitcoin there. Probably bouncing from there, and depending on how much buying strength is in this, it could even catapult us all the way back up to the center of the Bollinger Band, around about 11,700. But we are coming down to this level. We are looking like it's going to happen any minute now. It's definitely going to happen. So we are going to come down to that level. Definitely are going to see that. Now, I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. Don't go putting shorts on just because you heard me say that. Anything could happen, but I believe that we are definitely going to be seeing this pretty soon. Maybe even, by the time this video is uploaded, who knows, but it's definitely going to happen. It's looking very weak right now. That said, short term definitely does look weak. The long term picture looks pretty strong, in all fairness. We are curling over, definitely, and each day that goes by we're getting lower highs and lower lows on the daily. The MACD is just diverging further and further away, getting closer to that 0 point where it's actually going to get pretty nasty and scary if we don't start to see some divergence on that, going back into the bullish territory. At the moment, it's not looking very good on that. So I would say this is my prediction on Bitcoin on the very short term. We're going to find ourselves drop down to this green 50 exponential around 11,000 flat. It's no big deal, sort of $300 from here, bounce from there, and then probably continue to make lower highs, lower lows, and maybe we could have our first opportunity for a bounce and reversal around 10,500, where we found this nice big wick here. Also, historically, it's been support and resistance for a while, that 10,500. But if that does break down, and it could break down, definitely could break down, we're going to see that CME gap filled. Which also comes into this area here. It's really interesting where we are right now. This 100 exponential moving average, even though it's moving up, it's moved into the area of CME gap, and this is the super resistance. Super support. If we ever come down to this level, this would be an epic bounce, and this would be our first opportunity, a proper, decent opportunity for a really good trade. Not only because it's the CME gap, but also the CME gap comes within this little area here. As low as this 200 exponential, and also this downtrend here. This was the parabolic top rejection, and we'd like to see it tested really as a support. I've been saying this since we broke out of it. This was a great trade to make, breaking out of here, closing above here. We launched, but we could come down to test it. There's no reason why we wouldn't. And I remember seeing this when it happened. I'd say what I'd like to see it be tested again as a support to confirm the bull market, really. There's two confirmations for a bull market for me. One of them would be this downtrender, and another one which for some reason it's disappeared actually off my chart actually. So that's a real shame. Could I draw this back in? I suppose I could. It's something along these lines, I suppose. You could argue. It's a real mess. This. I don't know what's happened to this this chart. It's been played with. It's not looking quite right. But basically, it's along these lines. So supports around here, rejections around here, supports again, rejections. That's a real messy. That's a real mess, but it's kind of along those lines, really. So bull market began when we broke above here, because that confirms that we're outside of the consolidation, and the turbo bull mode would be when we take out of this area here, which we did a little bit, but it wasn't a great deal. It wasn't much. Didn't really count for much at all. So we want to see a launch above there. The dominance is actually increasing in strength at this point, so it's getting a little worrying for altcoins, and you probably have noticed that by looking at the state of them. Today they're in the red, and this is the reason why. The dominance is creeping up, so even though Bitcoin's going down, alts are going down even further. All eyes basically are going to be on Bitcoin if we can take out this area here, breaking above this one here. It's around about 62% dominant. If we can do that, then things will be looking up for Bitcoin dominance, and alts might suffer a little bit. Not to say that alts aren't going to increase in value after that, of course they will, but I think sats might see a bit of a drawback. So we're dancing around this level here, this bottom level of 11,300. It's also the bottom of the Bollinger Band. Any breakdown from here would be a big wick down and a big buyback. That's what I'm expecting. So how does this transfer over to the XRP chart? More or less the same setup really. Lower highs, lower lows on the RSI, divergence away on the histogram and the MACD, money flow index just trickling away, volume decreasing, and actually some of these moving averages now really getting facing down, and these larger time frame ones sort of leveling out. Again, I would expect to see a pullback down to, well, we're almost there already, to be honest with you. I think with XRP it's probably going to be a lot nastier. Last night's video I said that we're looking to see areas around 23 cent get taken out and bought back up. I think that's the way it's going to go with this. I think if Bitcoin does break down to 11,000, I think given what we're seeing now with dominance increasing and Bitcoin's value going down, I think the wick for XRP could be as low as around about 23, getting around that level. So long as we're above that level though, everything should be quite good, but it doesn't bode well for the state of XRP at this current time. Everything on this now is telling me that we are looking for a giant drop out of the sky, and things could get pretty nasty for XRP. But again, at the same time, it's still outside of its consolidation. So my videos that I've been making on this one, I've been saying that so long as we're outside of this descending trend, everything's bullish on it, but we're not going to go super turbo bullish until we break out of 86 cent. That's the fib retracement from the all-time high to the all-time low, and that area between 10 cent to 86 cent is accumulation. So it's just more opportunity, I suppose, to play those longs and shorts. But yeah, XRP, it does look as though XRP is going to suffer. It's already suffering. I think there's a bit more suffering to be had on this one. I think the big wick is going to be had, and I think we'll be seeing 23 cents before you know it. Unfortunately, that's how I'm going to have to leave this video for now. I'll be waiting for that wick, and I will be buying it up, but the downtrend is still going down, so it's a short-term buyback. Execute that trade. That's how I'll be playing it. I'm not looking for reversals at any time now. There's nothing to say that there's a reversal coming anytime soon. The downtrend is playing out and is likely to continue to play out. So longs or shorts, depending on which way you want to do it, you don't want to be in those trades for very long. I wouldn't want to be in those trades for very long. The ultimate goal here is for me to accumulate as much as I can on the way down, to then place that mega long for the way back up. But there's no signs to say that it's anywhere near time to make that mega long, that long-term long. It all looks like very short-term targets, up and down, with a trajectory for all of these assets to continue down for the time being, until Bitcoin maybe even gets as low as 9,600, and if that breaks and it continues further from there, then we would be looking at some significant lows for Bitcoin after there, into the 8,000 definitely, maybe even further to around 6,600 or so. But again, that's all speculative. At the moment, we're just downtrending. All right, it's not the end of the world right now, but it is downtrending, and it's there's no sign of it stopping. So be careful with your trades. I'm definitely going to be careful with mine. Any trade I take now is going to be a short term, take profit, and not get too greedy. Anyway, thank you for watching. Hope you have a nice day. Take it easy.